my brow was furrowed when I watched this movie. I always knew the shit that went down in Kashmir. Many killed and 5 lakh Kashmiri Hindus removed from their homes. But visually seeing these torturous scenes brought forth the gravity of the situation. There's really not much to complain about regarding the story, but here are the problems with the movie. First, not too much of a problem really, but due to the funding issues, the movie's CGs were a little dated, I suppose is the word I would use. I think there was one scene where they throw like a torch at a house and then it gets lit on fire, but like the fire looks really out of place with the rest of everything in the vicinity. So that's probably because of the funding issues they had. So that was one of the issues I saw. Not too much of an issue, as I said. Second, some of the events, particularly two of them, I'm not gonna say which ones because this is spoiler free, were far more brutal than what is depicted in the movie. Which brings me to the point that if a movie is supposed to be a documentary or historical depiction, then the censor board should allow directors to show history without being censored. Because I'm not gonna get into what those scenes were because that would be spoilers. But let me just say that those scenes, you will know which scenes I'm talking about when you watch the movie, are far more fucking brutal than you can fucking imagine, and what they have shown in this movie. Maybe I'll talk about it at the end of this video, and I'll tell you before I am about to give spoilers. Anyway, third, a lot of rape had happened during those times in 1990 when all this stuff was going down, but that is not depicted in the movie, which I thought that they would put that in to like more emphasize the point of how brutal things were. But I guess the censor board again. And then again, I don't think the director even put that in because he already knew the censor board was not gonna be allowing all that. And the fourth problem was that the subtitles were in English, even though a large Indian population is Hindi speaking. So they should have released another version of the movie with Hindi subtitles. So if anyone wants to go watch with Hindi subtitles, they can go watch with Hindi subtitles. Otherwise, they can go with English subtitles, just like the way they did now. I would like to thank the director of this movie, Vivek Agnihotri, for having the balls to show the truth rather than bending the knee to the already existing left propaganda that is ongoing right now, to show the brutalities Hindus had to face at the hands of Muslims in Kashmir. Not just Hindus, Sikhs and Jains and Buddha and all other minorities that were living in Kashmir at the moment, at that time, also had to face these atrocities. To emphasize the point that what happened in Kashmir was not an exodus but a genocide, that those Kashmiri Hindus are still living in shit conditions with the hope that one day they will go back to their homes. But to no avail at the moment, at least. In the cinema hall, people were crying, and when the movie ended, there was like pin drop silence, and no one said a fucking word. It was just like eerie, kind of like how people were just like in their head, they were just thinking the whole time. No one was talking. Which was very intriguing to me. And I'm someone who is not very emotional. I mean, I think I have not cried since the time that movie came out. Which one was it? No Game, No Life, the movie. I think that was the last time I cried, but my eyes were fucking wet when I watched this movie because the gravity of the situation, not the brutality of the situation, but the gravity of the situation is what made my eyes go wet. It was really fucking interesting, and the acting was just phenomenal. Like some of the scenes, they were supposed to like awkward scenes between like adults and younger generation people talking amongst each other. So how awkward that can get, that was shown brilliantly in this movie. So I would highly recommend everyone to go and watch this movie. And I'm just gonna end this by saying Raliv, Galiv, Yachaliv. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. You will understand what I mean by that. Okay, so here we go. Spoilers for the movie. 2 scenes in the movie, and I'm just gonna say them. And there's nothing beyond this point. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, bye bye. Anyway, so the 2 scenes are the one scene where they feed rice drenched in the blood of her husband to the actress. What was it, Sharda? And in actuality, when that happened to the woman that happened, they from what I've gathered is they stayed there for 10 days. They gang raped her, and they cooked those rice and then fed her those cooked bloodied rice for 10 days. That's what she was eating and surviving on. And I believe she's like mentally unstable at the moment. She did survive, and I believe she's in America or something, but she is very mentally messed up at the moment. And the other one is the end of the movie where they show that chick getting like sliced in half. Again, the actress Sharda. But that sequence is from another girl who actually did get slaughtered. I think she was raped first, then she was cut in half, but not from the top to bottom, but sideways. And not with a fucking electric saw. From what I heard, it was a manual saw. So they chopped her in half sideways with a manual fucking saw. Like how long it must have taken to chop her in half, first of all, and then wait for her to fucking die. Like, can you fucking imagine how brutal that would have been if they would have been able to show that? So one of the grievances I had with this, like they can't show it too much, and that fucking pissed me off. I really wanted to see the actual scenes, but unfortunate. But still, it is a major step in this direction. These sort of movies are definitely going to be coming out more and more. Anyway, bye bye.